This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. I've been trying to upload this video for a few hours now. It continually is getting blocked because I used video clips from the show. I slowed them down. I put the video clip in black and white. I put the video clip in glow. All these filters you could put in to try to avoid copyright. But Fox pretty much doesn't want anyone uploading anything from The Simpsons because everybody knows how much predictive programming, how much brainwashing is in these cartoons like The Simpsons and The Family Guy. So the first video I did, I couldn't get up, so I'm redoing this video, although the other one was pretty funny. I got a little rip into some of these Satanists, but let me tell you about the plot of this episode. I don't watch the show. I've never watched the show. Many people have messaged me asking me if I'd watch this episode, saying it was all about magic and sorcery and making fun of Christians, so I watched it online. And let me tell you, they talk about how awful the world would be without magic. They say, could you imagine a world without magic? Magic makes the world a better place. Magic cures diseases, which is one of the plots. The old mom of Marge, I think her name is, Marge Simpson, the mother, is dying and they need to use magic to heal her, this magic gemstone. And they say, what would the world be like without magic? It'd be a horrible place. The world would be great without magic. I'd love a world without Satanists, Satanist scum. I'd love a world without witches and witchcraft. I'd love it. It would be a great place. You know why? Because there'd be a lot less pedophiles walking around. There'd be a lot less child abusers walking around. Because again, the core of their black magic revolves around blood sacrifice, and preferably that of a young child, as well as pedophilia. They believe they take in the soul and the energy from these young children that they abuse and put through trauma-based mind control. So the episode, of course, get this, talks about magic, and Lisa turns a rock into gold so that they can buy this gemstone, but she had to keep it secret that she was into magic or she would get, captured and put away. They play that whole agenda. And of course they have to mock Christians as they have this lion, whatever this character's name is, come to the door asking her if she's heard the good news, and she goes, and she rolls her eyes about how, these Christians constantly pushing this down our throat. She says, how come when things are bleak or, somebody is going through something, you show up and give us these pamphlets and try to act like, you're here to help, and you try to push your religion on people when people are weak. That's what they claim in the show. A complete joke, trying to give this perception to people so that when they see Christians, they roll their eyes and they go, Christians just always trying to force this on us. That's the mindset and the mind control that they're playing, while trying to make magic look like it's great, that it cures diseases, that the world is wonderful and fun because of magic. As she shoves the door and shuts out this, Christian person who was trying to preach about the good news. So this is the image they want people to have of us, that we force Christianity on people, which is not the case. Because anybody who's Christian knows that salvation can only be found on your own through Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is salvation. You have to have faith and belief in Christ. I can't give you that faith. Nobody can give it. You have to find it. We can make you aware, and that's what this character tries to do. He says, have you heard the good news? And no, they just laugh it off. She rolls her eyes. He pops up again. They do the same thing after Lisa puts the spell out there. And they roll their eyes and they go, oh, the Christian guy. And all that does is plant seeds in the audience's mind. Then we get, after she's cured through the magic, Marge Simpson says, let's celebrate and eat a meal, as she has humans caged inside of the home. Little hobbits, they were calling them, or small people, I don't know. Hobbits, I believe, was the word. Saying, which one should we eat for dinner tonight? So promoting cannibalism, which is a constant theme that we constantly see, right? Santa Clarita Diet, all this stuff about cannibalism. And people think I'm crazy talking about it, showing people. It's just repetition. We see it everywhere. We see celebrities doing the vampire facial. People are covering their faces with blood because they're being told it's good for anti-aging. And they're going, oh, okay. You don't think 5 years, 10 years, maybe even a month from now, that they couldn't come out and convince people after all the desensitizing they've done with blood and gore in all these movies, and then showing Kim Kardashian covering her face in blood and all this stuff. You don't think that they could come out and they could go, hey, doctors have found out that if you eat another person once they're deceased, that it cures cancer, it prevents cancer. Oh, really? They won't tell you about Kuru. These freaks walking around with Kuru, shaking all day and night. They'll tell you about other cultures and how, well, in other cultures, when someone passes, they eat the brain. It's a tradition. It's good health. It's good for them. You don't think they could convince people? They can. All they have to do is say, you'll live longer, you'll feel better, you'll look better, you'll have more energy, and people will go, this sounds great. They're setting everyone up for that. With all this self-empowerment, work out 24 hours a day, energy this, energy that. That's what's coming. So they promote the cannibalism, of course. They have to, right? And then we get Bart Simpson talking about what happens when you die. And they all give an excuse of what happens when people die. They say they go to the fields of bliss. They don't mention heaven. They don't mention hell. I'll tell you what happens, Bart. If you're not saved and you die, you go to hell for eternity. No refunds. No passing go and collecting $200. You're there permanently, in jail, hell. But they make it seem like, oh, what could happen? All these wonderful things, these fields of bliss. And then, of course, one of the guys says, I heard when you die, you count money with goblin Jesus. So they get a shot at Jesus. Apparently that's supposed to be funny. Just another shot at Jesus. Nobody mocking that fat tub Buddha. Nobody's saying anything about the freak shows like Kali and Shiva. Things running around with 20 arms flailing all over the place. People are worshiping this thing. You don't think it's a demon? It's got 10 arms, for crying out loud. Don't see them mocking that. You know, if they were mocking LGBT or transgenders, that the show would get shut down. 30 years of The Simpsons, oh, it would be done. Oh, the show creators apologized to the LGBT community. We're now shutting the show down. It's the right thing to do because we made a joke about transgender people. No. When Christians get made fun of, it just gets promoted and brushed off. The only ones they attack are Jesus Christ. And then you get these idiot Satanists who act like, well, you know, Christianity's bigger and they're the ones who are, really? The Vatican, corrupt. They're not real Christians, these people in control. These people will pretend to be. They're deceivers and snakes. And the Satanists know that. So they're pushing magic. And they're curing disease with magic. And of course it ends, they say, well, what about science? We could live in a world with science. And they say, no, you know, advancements in technology wouldn't be as great as a world filled with magic. Even though science and magic go hand in hand. I beg to differ. I'd love a world without magic. Without these fairies floating around. These fruitcake witches and Satanists. These spineless cowards who have a yellow stripe running down their backs. Picking on children. Casting their spells. They say Lucifer, Satan, is the prince of the air, right? That's what we hear. He's the prince of the air. Okay, prince of the air. So they love to levitate, right? We see all this stuff in their videos, you know, music videos and movies. Ooh, the witches are levitating. How exciting. They're levitating off the ground. Like anyone gives a crap. Why don't they put a levitation spell on their brooms? Huh? Have them fly around in the air and then shove them straight up their rectum. Try that spell on, witches, Satanists. And then when you're done, take a bath. You might as well, you're all used to the bath baptism. It's a joke, a complete joke. They use these shows like The Simpsons, Family Guy, because cartoons are a very easy way for them to get predictive programming into people's minds. Why do you think all these cartoons we've all grown up on, right? Doesn't mean we've watched them, but I mean, we've all grown up around Disney, from Fantasia to Aladdin to Snow White to Cinderella to Beauty and the Beast. They all revolve around magic and sorcery. They plant seeds. Now we see with these shows that are geared more towards adults, you get the Adult Swim channel, which has the Mr. Pickles about a satanic dog committing human sacrifice rituals. Oh yeah, but we're all crazy. Then you get Family Guy and The Simpsons, which is supposed to be geared towards teens and adults, that does nothing but put predictive programming aside of it, whether it's September 11th, whether it's other events, the Boston bombing with the Family Guy and all that stuff. Everybody's seen the videos on it. With Trump. It's all a source of mind control. Television is a source, the greatest source of magic that there is right now. Now they garner their magic and create their magic through these rituals they perform, which do involve blood sacrifice, which do involve children. I'm not talking about these little low-level witches who might grab some grass and some daisies from their lawn and start chewing on them and humming some hymn to themselves, trying to put some spell on to save trees. No one cares about that crap. It's a waste of time. Have fun. We're talking about these people who commit these sacrifices. Now, no witch gets a pass. No Satanist gets a pass. As far as I'm concerned, when you denounce Jesus Christ, you become an enemy to Christianity. You become an enemy to all Christians out there. And they use stuff like this to influence them. Children. The masses. That's what they do. That's what this is here for. Programming. Control. Until people can realize that television is just a source of mind control. The only real powerful source. You think the radio and newspapers are as powerful as TV? TV is so powerful for them. Because people see a false reality and they believe it. These fake events. They see these cartoons. They think they're having a good time laughing. They don't realize they're being programmed the whole time. Their brain might be shut off and put in an alpha state while they're watching it, but they're getting programmed. Now, all this stuff is getting subliminally planted in their heads. And all these shows revolve around promoting magic, promoting sorcery, hints at cannibalism, always jabs at Christianity, always jabs at Jesus. It's the same theme over and over. Look through my video playlists, all the videos in my library. See a common theme there? See the common person that's under attack? Christians, Jesus. It's a joke. The Simpsons is nothing but a joke. Fortunately, I couldn't get these clips uploaded. I would like for everyone to have seen them. I don't know where you can find the videos on YouTube. Maybe you can. Maybe you can find them on some other outlet to watch for yourself. But they block it for a reason. They don't want this stuff shared. They don't want people showing the repetition that they're using. Because that's all they're doing is putting people through the simplest form of mind control, which is repetition. I thank you for listening to today's show. God bless all of you and your families.